Whatever you do, just watch out for dirty Daryl. I mean, dirty dairy. What makes dirty keto actually dirty? Not that much. They're little things, but they're profound. So let's just bomb right down this list so you know, hey, am I doing dirty keto or am I doing clean keto? What am I doing and what should you actually pay attention to so you can migrate over to a slightly cleaner version of keto? Dirty keto is not the end of the world. It's not terrible. I'm glad that you're doing it either way, but let's just, I don't know, throw a little bit of facts so you can change some things up if you need to. The first and most important piece is going to be the omega-3 to 6 ratio. That's what makes dirty keto different from clean keto for the most part. When your body runs on fats predominantly, it becomes that much more important that the fats that you consume are good, okay? When you're eating a standard American diet, you're not consuming that much fat. So if you have a little bit of the bad fat, it makes up such a small percentage of your total aggregate, it's just not that big of a deal. But with keto, you're eating a lot of fat. So if you eat a lot of the bad fat, it makes up the lion's share of your nutrient profile and can throw you into an inflammatory storm like crazy, okay? So we don't really want that. Omega-3s and omega-6s compete for the same enzyme in the body. So if you're eating a bunch of, let's say, like soybean oil, canola oil, these low-quality plant-based oils, things like that, anything that's going to be high omega-6 and not high in omega-3s, it's going to drive up prostaglandin 2 versus prostaglandins 1 and 3. That's gobbledygook. That's the biggest piece we're paying attention to. I have other videos that outline the best omega-3, omega-6 types of foods. We're not going to talk about them in this video, but you can do a search and find them. Okay, then number 2, is going to be meat quality. This is second only to the omega-3 ratio, but it comes in line too because they work with each other. Grass-fed, grass-finished meat is the way to go with clean keto. Okay, what happens is the omega-3 profile gets skewed drastically, but more so it's about the antibiotics, it's about the stuff that's in low-quality meat. This day and age, it's not that hard to get high-quality meat at a good price. Even a lot of the grocery stores are carrying grass-fed, grass-finished, and quite frankly, it's just the way to go. You should be leaning towards lower fat cuts because higher fat cuts of meat, you cannot control what that animal ate, so you can't control what kind of toxins or nutrients are in that fat. It's better to get a slightly leaner cut and then add the fats from your other sources if you can, but more importantly, know the source, okay? If you know and do a little bit of research, it's okay to find one kind of meat that you like and use that kind of meat over and over again. Okay, yes, there will be the off chance that you're traveling or something like that, but if you like a brand and you know the source, stick with it. If you like a farmer and you know the source, stick with it because you want to know the source. Typically, I use ButcherBox. I'll put a link down below. They do support this channel, but they're my meat source. They deliver it to my doorstep, and it's cheaper than most of the grocery stores that I go to. So there's a special link down below for viewers of this channel that want to give them a shot. Highly, highly recommend you give them a shot for at least like a month. It's good stuff. Okay, then number 3 is going to be the monounsaturated fat content. I know, it's kind of weird to talk about, and it's kind of boring. But basically, how much good fat are you consuming? Like olive oil, avocado oil, sesame oil, things like that. How much of those kinds of fats are you consuming? Take a look at your overall diet. Does it make up a very small portion? Are you just getting a tiny bit here and there and a random ingredient in your macadamia nuts? Or are you actually consciously adding avocado to things? Are you consciously replacing fats with olive oil and replacing fats with avocado oil? Are you making these decisions? Because monounsaturated fats like that are so powerful with antioxidants, they can help combat some of the negative things that may arise with keto. For example, your saturated fat intake that you're taking in might drive up your LDL levels. Well, turns out that if you have antioxidants, it makes it so the LDL doesn't really turn bad. Point is, take a look. Are you eating just a bunch of saturated fats and not having monounsaturated fats? You might be doing dirty keto. Okay, number 4 is going to be sweeteners and sugar alcohols. I like sweeteners. I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. I like things like that. But what kind of sweeteners are you using? Are you using the dirty sweeteners? Are you going for the cheap little Splenda packets or the aspartame packets or the saccharin packets? Or are you going really dirty and not even paying attention and possibly ingesting a bunch of things like maltitol and isomalt, okay? Those are the things that are in like those Russell Stover diabetic friendly candies and stuff like that where they're just loaded and they just send you to Bloat City like in 5 minutes where you're just like running to the toilet and seatbelting yourself there. That's not a good sign. That doesn't mean that you're eating enough fiber and that everything's moving. That means you're in some serious distress. Messes up your gut biome. So lean into stevia, lean into monk fruit. I was at the Dollar Tree recently doing a grocery haul video there, and they have good quality stevia packets for 50 cents, like a box of them. There's no excuse, okay? Then we move on down the line to number 5. What makes dirty keto dirty is lots of trans fats. Turn around a label, and if it says partially hydrogenated or fully hydrogenated XYZ oil, then you know it's trans fats. Most fast food places these days, trans fats. That's a big problem. Okay, I could go into the details about how that works, but basically it takes over 50 days for your body to break that down because it's artificially saturated. It's not normally a solid, but they make it a solid to make it shelf stable. So a lot of keto bread. There's one particular keto bread at Costco. You can insert the clip here. It's exactly, you see that? It's not good. It's full of this hydrogenated oil that's not going to be good for you. Number 6 is a little bit of an obvious one with dirty keto, is those hidden carbs. Lots of products. Again, if you insert a clip from one of my Costco grocery hauls, you'll see deceptive items. Coconut keto clusters. Sounds awesome, right? But then when we actually start breaking down the ingredients, let's see, we've got coconut, pumpkin seeds, pecans, almonds, cane sugar. That doesn't make much sense. Brown rice syrup. That doesn't make much sense either. Coconut butter. That's terrific. Erythritol. Okay, here's what confuses the heck out of me. Agave fiber is going to be pure fructose. Natural flavors. Why do you have to add natural flavors to this? But why the cane sugar if you already have erythritol in there? Erythritol is your sweetener. You don't need to have cane sugar. You don't need to have brown rice syrup. So then look at the carb content. 8 grams of carbs. Okay, 4 grams of sugar. What the heck? See, they add sugar to things like that. It just adds up and you get these hidden carbs. So then you get into this gray area where you're not all the way in ketosis, but you're not having enough carbs. So you feel foggy because you're not getting the benefit of keto, but you're not getting the benefit of the carbs because you're like right in this wishy-washy area. And they say that they round out the flavor with a little bit of sugar. No. Okay, number 7. Not getting enough veggies or micro content. That's exactly what it is when it comes down to dirty keto. Take a look at your profile. Are you ever consuming a leafy green? Then it's a good chance you're probably doing dirty keto or at least lazy keto. Okay, gut biome related, veggies are going to drive up your ketone levels because of the butyric acid. Mineral related, we need the phosphorus, we need the potassium, we need the magnesium, especially on keto. Fiber related, you're probably not getting enough fiber if you're not getting your veggies because you're probably relying on the chicory root fiber and the inulin that's coming in from your keto treats, right? Then we go into number 8, dirty dairy. Like I said in the beginning, dirty dairy. Okay, the reason that dairy is on this list is because of most of the dairy that's out there. I am a sucker for cheese. I like good quality cheeses. So I constantly am being a cheese snob, annoying the heck out of everyone that comes into my life because I pick apart cheeses. But I'm not even French and I like my cheese, but I still pay attention to what it is, right? So go for things like the Gouda, go for things like the high quality aged cheeses so you're not getting a bunch of low quality half and half. So take a look at your diet, and this is what I encourage you to do. If 30% of your calories or more are coming from dairy, you need to reevaluate. And that may seem like a high number, but you would be surprised how many people get most of their calories on keto from dairy. They get their half and half, they get their heavy cream, they get their cheese, they get their butter, they get this, they get their ghee. And eventually they look at all of it and they're like, wow, 50% of my fat is coming from dairy. No, it should be no more than like 25%, to be completely frank with you. There you go. That's it. Don't forget to check out ButcherBox as they supported this video as well, and I will see you tomorrow.